Hey, how's it going, guys? Graham from Biggs Contracting and Landscape here. We're starting a new job today. Figured make this one the first video on my YouTube channel. Yeah, we're just bringing all of our tools and stuff back. Pretty much what we're going to be doing is be ripping out a deck. So I'll show you what the deck is right now. Well, we're just going to be refacing it. A bunch of the boards are rotten. So pretty much this is the deck we'll be ripping out. You can see that one board's obviously been replaced. Everything's nailed here. We're pretty much going to be ripping it out and checking the bones, making sure everything's good here. I believe it is a floating deck, so yeah, it's pretty much 27 boards this way, about 20 feet coming off the house this way. So pretty much how we're going to do it is we have some 10 footers that we're going to be pretty much staggering our joints on the inside. I'm going to see how it looks. If I don't like how it looks, then I might end up putting like a stagger on the front, maybe 6 feet, having a board in the middle, and then another 6 feet here. But yeah, we'll see what it looks like when we get to it. All right, so we're about halfway done ripping and tearing the stuff out. Yeah, it's a floating deck. These things called railway ties up here in Canada. Illegal now, you can't buy them unless they're like aftermarket. Like you would buy something that, say, a new contractor would sell these things. Pretty much the chemical that's on them is creosote, and just highly toxic to it. But other than that, everything's going good. The bones on the structure look good and everything, so pretty happy about that. Yeah. All right. So those are the last two pieces, except for under the privacy fence there. Everything's ripped up. Gonna have to place there. I believe this bench is actually coming out, so yeah, we'll do that next time we're here. Brought some boards back, kind of figured out the pattern. I guess we're gonna do, since these are 16-inch spacing, we're gonna do start one full 32 inches in, 32 inches in, 32 inches in. Keep that span going. It works out nice along this face that we're not cutting off too much. And yeah, everything's ripped out. Pretty much doing some cleanup, and back to the house we go. All right, good morning. We're back. We have a little bit of a gloomy day right now. It says the sun's supposed to come out in a couple of hours, so see you guys on the job site. Hopefully we can get most of our boards done, if not the whole thing, but you know, we'll see how far the day takes us today. All right, see you guys there. So I forgot to mention, my GoPro actually just came in, so quality is going to be a little bit different than the first couple of videos. Since I have this now, obviously I'm going to use this. And we're just pulled up to the job, so let's take a peek back there. Alright, so we're back. Pretty much the goal today is to get the deck reboarded. Cuts, everything included. Client came out, said this bench can actually just get tossed, and yeah, so that's pretty much what we're working on today. All right. So I have some boards back here. I pretty much just want to work halfway, I'm thinking. That way I can you know, not get too ahead of myself with spacing. make sure everything's kind of square off the old deck and stuff still. So I'm gonna get out, lay most of these boards down, and then kind of position them how I want and go from there. All right, so this thing can come out now. I was using it as a spacer before. So now that that's out, I can just use this. Come right there with it. So I'm kind of thinking this one I'm going to have to do a center cut on. Probably, I think I just center it in the middle here. I'll have to see. I'm going to lay everything out first, obviously. So these ones, I'm going to start. That one is a full piece. This next one I'm probably going to put in the middle, which means I can actually take this one out. Remember to always put your smileys, you can see this, the grain goes like this. So when you have a piece like this, you always want to put that down, because over time water will get in these and split them. So if anything, it's going to split on the bottom, which you won't ever see until you take this deck up again, which will be in a while. So full one. This one, remember that the ends are always never down, so those are bouncy too, just safety precautions. That thing will bend up. But I'm thinking this will have to be something like whatever the full range is here, something like that probably, which means it actually doesn't end up making it. I'm gonna have to cut some off, which is fine. But the only thing with doing that is it makes it shorter. There'll have to be some figuring out some stuff, but that's fine. Oh, that might actually be really shitty. Alright, I'm going to figure some stuff out and then I'll see you back in the film. Alright, so I think I've got it figured out. Pretty much what we're going to do, right, we're going to start off with 16-inch, sorry, not 16, pretty much every 3 joists we are going to have a deck board start, which will get us pretty much going the whole way up here. As we come down, you know, since we full length doesn't really get us onto here, like onto there, we can't do that. We can't leave that just like that. It's kind of hard to see what I'm pointing at. I'm pointing like that right there. So pretty much how we have to do it is we have to split these into 3 pieces in some spots. Well, for the, yeah, we will have to split them in 3 pieces. So I kind of wish I knew that going in, but I bought all the lumber before ripping everything up, thinking that it would just work. And yeah, I wish I went in 12 footers, but that's fine. It's gonna look pretty much the exact same. All we have to do is we're just gonna have 2 cuts on the end. As long as they're not 4 feet, I'm cool with that, because anything less kind of looks a little skimpy. But yeah, that's kind of the plan where I'm at right now. I don't want to get too far, like I kind of want to work and do a line at a time. That way I can make sure everything's kind of staying square. Whereas, you know, if I start nailing these boards down, it's gonna potentially leave error for the ones that are supposed to fit in there, just because it's wood. Wood can shrink and expand, and you know, you can only be so perfect with wood just because it, like I said, it shrinks, it expands. Some pieces are like an 1/8, a 1/16 bigger than others. So by doing it all at one row, I can make sure that my lines are good and everything stays square with itself. All right, so since I know that's how we're gonna do it, I can pretty much cut however many I need. I think 5 is gonna be a good number. Pretty much, since they're all gonna be the same, I can just start ripping. I'm gonna get 2 measurements here, make 5 of each of these. Should get me started. And all right, start the time lapse. Alright, so every time you have an exposed cut with pressure treated lumber, that acts, so pressure treated, pretty much it's not like what it once used was, where it was completely soaked in this toxic stuff. Pretty much now it's like a surface treated coating that's not as toxic to the environment. And pretty much what we need to do now, is take this stuff, cut and seal, and you pretty much slap it around on your cut. This isn't good. Pretty much slap it around on your cut sided piece of lumber, and that acts as a treated side now, so that it won't rot, and because water can penetrate this when it's not sealed. So just do a nice good coating. Doesn't have to be super pretty, so no one's going to see this, and it all fades. If you get some on the top, that's fine. It all comes out and looks the same. See, so like exactly, I don't know, it's hard to see, but if you look at the second one from the top, you can see where the tree has came in. So it's still missing that, and that piece will actually rot faster than the rest, which isn't good. So that's all you need to do. Just a little dilly-dally, something like that, and you're good to go. So these, I'm going to now take these. Oh yeah, another thing we got to do too, take off these staples. on the other side and do this. Probably easier and quicker. Oh yeah, some of these really are buried. Alright, there we go. So yeah, this. Take this. This might actually end up needing to be retreated again. I got a notch around that, this downspout here. Even that one is a little tight. Ooh. But for the meantime, it can act as a spacer. Let's see if I can just kick this in. There we go. So that's good like that. Pretty much how this is going to work is I think I'm going to be doing every few pieces. I'm going to have to go back and just check square. But that's fine. Like I said, I can do this later when I have something nice and sturdy to walk on. Just leave that like that. Kick these all tight. And yeah, I like that look. Looks nice and clean. Yeah, so I'm going to keep going along with this and just work my way through. Hopefully next time I check in we'll be you know, done this first half. Alright, so got most of it laid, but I'm at a point now where it would actually be a lot better for me to have 12 footers rather than 10 footers right now. So I'm heading to the lumber yard to swap some stuff out, pick up my 12 footers, and then we'll come back. It's looking pretty good. My battery actually died, so I had to pop in the new one and I didn't get a chance to shoot what I kind of have done right now. But yeah, everything's going pretty smoothly, and I'm actually gonna head back to my house because one of my friends actually borrowed my framing or my nailer, so I actually left that in the garage. So I'm actually gonna head back and get grab that as well. So all right, so yeah, this is where I'm at right now. Went to the lumber yard, got some 1 1/4 by 6 by 12s, which will make these two cuts one piece. And yeah, after that we should be pretty much good to go. We just have like a few notches to do, and yeah, so get cutting these in. And then this bench is actually garbage, so I'm gonna have to rip that out eventually, probably soon, considering we have these boards to lay in here. So yeah, pretty much where I'm at right now. Alright, so this bench, time to get out of here. All right, so putting these boards on, found that it's time to actually take this off. It's not lining up as it did before, but I think we'll still be able to be okay with it and might actually work better. If not, yeah, we'll have to see how it looks. I'm not too sure. We might need to, I might actually end up cutting this piece here. If I cut this piece here down to whatever size it needs to be, that we have a full one on the end, I'd rather do that because you'll never see that piece anyways. It's buried underneath there, so probably end up doing that. But I'm gonna rip out these boards under this privacy screen, and then we'll check back in. All right, so I ripped all of this out. Pain in the friggin' butt. It was all screwed, plus you had like these little notch things that it was notched under on each post, so I had to sawzall it all out. Screw holes were just caved over because of how wood works when it gets wet, shrinks and expands. So yeah, that's out. I'm gonna keep plugging along. Hopefully by the end of the day I will have all of this laid, and then tomorrow I can come and just nail everything down, finish up. And then the last part of this project is the gate there. I'm pretty much making the same on that side, except flipped, so it's going to open off of the house. Because when you do a gate like that, if you have the weight on the post, so actually that post might look like it's a bit stronger because it's a 6x6 on the corner there. When you have 4x4s and you have your gate on there, pretty much the weight loosens it up. Eventually it's going to rot. So by doing it on the house and just having the latch on the post, it will reduce the, I mean, eventually it's going to rot just because that's what posts do, but it's going to reduce and really have like a stronger lifetime than what it would if it's on a post. But yeah, we'll see. Tune back in when I'm done, or have this all laid out and ready to be nailed. All right, good morning. We're heading back to site now. Gonna be finishing up all those notches. I got my jigsaw, nailing everything down, and then we're just pretty much redoing a gate on the one side of the house, and this job's a wrap. So hopefully after today we will be done, and yeah, I'll see you guys on site. All right, so we're on site. Pretty much working on these notches right now. I'm doing the one up against the house here. So this was the old piece that was in here. Pretty much what I'm going to be doing is just retracing this, since it has the notch and stuff already in it. Doesn't make my life that hard. The only thing is I'm getting this on a right angle, and then I'll have to measure this. So this is going to go to 90 and a quarter heavy. From here, it'll be an inch and 5/8. And then here, I'll probably end up just going and getting my level. Actually, I don't even need to do that. Just do this. Actually, I need to do this first. This is 3 1/4. There. Square. So it doesn't matter, so that can go up like that. Actually end up just doing this. I can just run this as my straight edge. Just put my arrows on here so I don't forget. And yeah, that one's good to get cut. And yeah. Alright, so got this notch done. Turned out nice. Got our overhang here. So that's good. Just looks like the skirt is almost settled a little bit. That's fine. We're nailing into the joists here, not the skirt. So yeah, just one more notch in here. And I actually do have some lumber. So I'm thinking about actually redoing this piece. I have my template now that I can just pop that piece out, cut that corner a little shorter, and everything should work from there. So that's what I'm probably gonna do. But all right, so those are all my notches cut in. And yeah, it's looking good. So pull these down a bit. Yeah, just got to do all right. All of our notches are in, so we're ready to nail everything down now. Pretty much going to start from this corner out. I'm just going to be nailing in between these joints and stuff for now. That'll keep everything in place, and then from there I can go back and figure out where the floor joists are and go from there. All right, let's get it started. do my final cut here on the edge. And that's it for this deck. Well, a few more nails. Alright, so this last cut here, I'm actually going to sand down just so it's a smoother transition down into the thing, and then we'll cut and seal the whole thing, and then this deck is, well, just some more nails. This deck's a wrap. Alright, so the last thing I gotta do here is we made this gate. Pretty much what we're going to be doing is attaching it to this wall, having it swing this way, rather what it was doing before, swung this way. It's not going to move much off of that part of the house. So yeah, I'm just going to do a time lapse. forgot to video this. So this is where I'm at right now. I'm just putting the final touches on this gate hardware. After doing this, it should. Nice. There we go. This will just go. Oh my gosh, I wonder if I can pull one of those staples out and use that. Otherwise, I'll just leave a screw. Or is this what it's for? Could be. I don't really know what this is for. Could you do something like this? No, you can. I feel like this is for the latch, but I don't even. Why would I don't even need that? Probably just put a screw in the fence board and it's enough. Yeah, so those are the latches there. It'll never open fully, but getting to that, if it can stay like that, that's perfect. Cool. So yeah, that's pretty much the gate here. There's not even really, we're pretty close to the height of the fence, and there's enough room under there that no dog or whatever can get out. So that's a win. Sweet. So yeah, that's pretty much a wrap here. That's a job done. Just pretty much gonna clean up, and I hope you guys like the video.